for the next step. Get yourself some batting, rip yourself some pieces about yay big, fold it onto your spoon, and start by filling up the fingers. This is where it's fun because your puppet's actually taking shape in front of your eyes. Looking good, looking good. So now we're going to do the mouth part. So for this part, we're going to need our hot glue gun, we're going to need our scissors, and this time we're going to need the pattern for the mouth, and some cardboard. What we're going to do is we're going to trace with a pencil the mouth. And then obviously we're going to cut that mouthpiece out. Now we're going to try to fold it in the middle. So this is going to be the mouthpiece. I'm going to give myself a little mark right in the middle of the top. I'm going to use the seam as my center guide as well. I'm going to insert the entire cardboard into the mouth, and I'm going to line up my little pencil mark with my seam. Now folding it maybe half an inch in like that. That's where I'm going to put a dab of glue. I'm going to start like that. I'm going to put a dab of glue here and fold over the mouthpiece like so. I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom now. The bottom part of the lip. I'm going to put a dab of glue here and I'm going to fold over the felt. Cut a little slit, a little bit on each side, so that I can actually open the mouth completely open, so that when I'm done, all I have to do is actually glue it all around. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, let's test it out. So this is where we're going to need our pink felt or material. We're going to need that mouth pattern again. Trace the mouth. Cut out your mouthpiece, put a little dab of glue here at the top, and fix it there. And we're going to work our way slowly all the way to the other end. Okay, so once you've glued the pink part of the mouth, you can trim the pink, being careful not to cut your actual puppet. Next, we're going to need a tongue. That's where the red felt comes into play. Now grab yourself a piece of black felt or material, cut yourself out a square piece, fold it in half, cut myself out a half circle. It's going to be the back part of the mouth, like that. Now you can leave it like that, or you can cut yourself out tonsils. That's what I'm going to do with this one. Punch it right like that. Right. Once you're satisfied with how the back piece is going to look, you can go ahead and glue that. We are almost done. Next, so this is where we're going to need some foam. So this is approximately how big we're going to need a foam for the head. Right? I'm going to cut out 2 V's. Like that. Okay. I scrunch it up in half like that and try to release it inside the top of the head like that. Starting to look like a puppet now. Alright, now don't worry if you find some little spots that the foam isn't quite filling in, because we can go in after and fill it in with batting. Next, we're going to need a piece about yay big. This piece is basically going to go for the bottom part of the jaw. So I sort of fold it in like this, like that, and do my best to fill in the puppet. It's looking really good. Alright, now to fill in the body part. Now I apologize, I don't really have proper measurements, but I figured if I compare it to the pattern, it'll give you guys a good visual. Okay? So for this last piece, I'm going to cut out a circle like this, or rather a half circle like this. And so this will be the neck part. This will be the front. I'm going to fold it to the middle like this, fold it to the middle like that, and fold it in half. I'll try my best to have this in the middle. Right. There we go. We have ourselves a stuffed puppet. So don't forget, if there are any parts that are aesthetically unpleasing, you can go in after with the batting and fill in the parts that you find need touch up. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'd say our puppet is relatively done. But I will finish one last part with you guys. We're going to do the eyes. Now for the eyes, we're going to need 2 ping pong balls. So now I have my 2 halves of ping pong balls, which will create my eyes. I really recommend that you take your time deciding where you're going to put these eyes, because depending on where you place the eyes, it really changes the whole character's feeling. If I were to put the eyes up here, it sort of reminds me of the Kermit the Frog look. If I put the eyes on the side, to me it kind of looks like, a chameleon or a dinosaur. So really, depending on where you place these eyes will really change the feel and look and personality of your puppet. So take your time, don't rush into it. You can even make a cyclops if you want. Now, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use this puppet here where I've already glued the eyes, and I'm going to show you something cool that Tracy discovered. I recommend you test this out on the ping pong balls before you actually go and draw on them. But using a dry eraser marker, we've discovered that we can draw onto the ping pong ball. Later on, if we need to, using a wet cloth sometimes will really get it off. We could change the direction of the eyeballs. Really cool stuff. Now the last reason, and the best reason for using ping pong balls, in my opinion, is that you can make yourself some set of eyes, like I've done here. Here's a set of eyes, I've glued some felt onto them, and you can just come and place them on top. You can use some tape to help it hold, or a little bit of suction pressure here, and you got yourself some eyes that you can switch for characters, for scene. You can make them sort of droopy, or you can make them angry, all kinds of shape. So that's my how-to video. That's my how to make a puppet tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys make yourself some cool puppets. And if you have any comments, leave them below. Please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.